All right, I'm gonna try to make this one quick. Market's open right now. I wanted to get this posted after market. I got a busy day today, but I want to talk about kind of a big piece of news coming up here. It's kind of been talked about. I saw it a little bit. I was talking about it with some friends in the hedge fund industry a few days ago, and this was brought up. And I think it also answers a question somebody asked me about like finding news. They said, what service would I use besides like Twitter and stuff like that? I don't use anything. I have CNN, CNBC. I have all these apps on my phone. I follow a few Twitter accounts that I know post them. There's like breaking alerts, stuff like that. It's in that video, but this is why I'm sharing this information because this is kind of the news I'm looking for, where I'm going broader. I'm aiming for broader market news, stuff that's going to have more of an effect that I could clearly see. The difficulty with that is the timing, and then it gets kind of filled in the blanks where following those basic news channels, you get to see kind of what you need to know. Just like I think today there was like Vodafone. There was something else that actually happened pretty big, but you just keep up to date with those, you'll be good. But now what I want to talk about is November 15th and what this means for stocks and real estate, because this is a big day where I think a lot of people kind of overlook it. We talked about this in the TTF real estate webinar, and it is approaching tax season. So being November 15th, essentially, we'll start with, well, this is what people in the hedge fund industry are worried about. It's redemption. So if you're not familiar, if you have money with an investor, you're investing with a fund, something like that, getting your money back is called a redemption. You're saying, okay, give me my money back. Now, to do that, most people have a 30 to 45 day notice. So the problem with that is that now coming around November 15th, with the markets how they were, people just got their last statements. People are going to kind of see the market. They're reading the news, seeing what's happened. People are worried there could be a big exodus of a lot of money where people are saying, no, I want to redeem it, get my, figure out my taxes for this year, pull out their money and come into 2019 cash or doing whatever they want. And, that's why I brought this up. I was going to show you guys some articles, but even just looking at the S&P 500, you have to ask yourself, what would you do, and think how other people are kind of looking at the market right now and what that means. Let's see. Why is my thing is like frozen, but don't worry. I have a lot of apps running, so, but I'm not trading on this account, thank God. But you guys get the idea of, looking at this, there's uncertainty, people are kind of worried. They've seen some of their big holdings drop. Things have went down. So the question is, will this lead to a big exodus? Now, for the real estate market, the same thing is happening. Now we're asking because a lot of the demand, anybody who wants to seal any tax benefits, people wanting to sell a house or buy a house, they're going to start doing it here in this next week. Really, you need to be in escrow unless you're buying cash. But if you're doing a traditional sale, if you wanted to get a house by the end of the year, you would need to be in escrow today or in the next few days. If you want a 30-day escrow to be able to close, you got weekends, holidays, stuff like that. If you want to close in time for the end of the year, you're going to need to do a lot. You have to get moving on that now. So putting this full circle, these next moves and some of the stuff with Brexit and where we see China, oil, all that stuff, putting this into context, we could see a lot of volatility, but also at the same time, I think once some of these fears ease and we see where people are headed with this, we're going to get a real better idea of kind of where we're going to be heading at into the year. But the more uncertainty coming into 2019, I think that could have a very, very interesting effect on the market. So I wanted to share that with you guys quickly. You guys could look it up. You guys could look about redemptions and November 15th. People have talked about it, but it is going to be very, very interesting in general. And like I'm saying, use this type of news, try to get far out there. I'm not acting on day-to-day, second-by-second news. It's stuff like this. You guys even see the Brexit video, see what I'm looking at, the buybacks. I think there's a clear pattern of kind of what I'm looking at. Do I ignore the small news? No, but that fills in the blanks and that helps me zone in on my time frame. But you have to kind of have a direction, and you have to really know the type of news you're looking for and being able to, so you could be more efficient when scanning and know how to interpret it. So I'll leave it there. You guys like it? It was quick. Like the video, drop a comment, give me some thoughts. Have a wonderful day. Good luck trading.